Good morning and welcome to story number 154. My name is Mary and today's story title is The 10 Tribes Lost. The power and peace that Judah enjoyed under Jeroboam the second did not last after his death. His great kingdom fell apart, and his son Zechariah reigned for only 6 months. He was killed in front of his people by Shalom, who made himself king. But after only a month of rule, Shalom himself was killed by Menahem, who reigned during 10 years of wickedness and suffering, for the Assyrians spoiled the land and took away the riches of Israel. Then came Pekahiah, who was slain by Pekah, and Hoshea, who in turn killed Pekah. So nearly all the last kings of Israel won the throne by murder and were themselves murdered. The land was helpless, and its enemies, the Assyrians from Nineveh, won victories, carried away many of the people, and robbed those who were left. All these evils came upon the Israelites because they and their kings had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers and worshipped idols. Hoshea was the last of the kings over the 10 tribes. There were 19 kings in all from Jeroboam to Hoshea. In Hoshea's time, the king of Assyria, whose name was Shalmaneser, came up with a great army against Samaria. He laid siege to the city, but it was in a strong place and hard to take, for it stood on a high hill. The siege lasted 3 years, and before it was ended, Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, died, and Sargon, a great warrior and conqueror, reigned in his place. Sargon took Samaria and killed Hoshea, the last king of Israel. He carried away nearly all the people from the land and led them into distant countries in the east, to Mesopotamia, to Media, and the lands near the great Caspian Sea. Sargon did this to keep the Israelites from breaking away from his rule. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Number 1. How did the last kings of Israel win the throne? How did the last kings of Israel win the throne? Number 2. What happened to Hoshea, the last king? What happened to Hoshea, the last king? Number 3. What did King Sargon do to the people? What did King Sargon did to the people. Number 4. What did Sargon do that? Pardon me, it is why, not what. Why did Sargon do that? And that was our last question in day 154. Thank you for attending, and may God bless us all. Bye for now.